Hi, I'm Jack.shilley and welcome to another video. Now, I was really hoping to do a bit of filming outside today, but as you can probably hear, the weather is not great at all. It's pouring with rain, the wind's got up, and it's actually really chilly out there. So I've moved in the greenhouse to do today's video, and I want to share with you my personal favourite plants for autumn and winter colour. And there are some fantastic plants that if you get in the ground now and let them establish, they'll provide you with masses of colour and flowers right the way through the autumn and into early winter as well. I have a couple of containers where the summer annuals have kind of completely finished now. I've cut them back, they've kind of had a second flush of flowers, which is never as good as the first. And now is a great time to whip those out and get these autumn plants in. I'm going to bring the container in here to plant it up, and I'll talk you through some of the options that are available to you in terms of plants that you can use. So, to start with, I'm going to run through what I'll be using in my garden, in my pots predominantly this season. I'm a huge fan of autumn and the colour that autumn brings with it, those oranges, those reds, those coppery tones. And I'm going to reflect that in the planting that I'm using. You're not just restricted to these colours though. If you pop down to your local garden centre, you'll find a whole array of colours of many of these plants. The first that I'm going to be using are pansies. Now, pansies are just a great all-rounder. Deadhead them frequently and they'll provide you with flowers right the way through the winter and potentially even into next spring. Make sure during dry weather that they don't dry out and they'll be absolutely fine. Another great plant to provide autumn colour are cyclamen. This is a cyclamen. It has beautifully detailed leaves, most of them do, and they come in a whole variety of colours, pinks, whites, reds. Again, I'm going for the reds to complement the autumn colours, and these will flower right up until the first frosts. You can get a hardy variety that will flower right the way through the winter, cyclamen coum, or you can just get these annual types, which I said will flower up until the first frost. But it will depend on how mild your area is or how sheltered your containers are. The last plant I'm going to use in my autumn pots and containers is a chrysanthemum. Just look at those really stunning coppery bronze flowers. And these flower again like the cyclamen right up until the first frosts, and that's just a huge explosion of colour, and you can get these in pinks, whites, yellows, a whole array of colour as well. They are big plants, so I'm going to be putting one of these to a largish pot just as one kind of centrepiece. The first step in planting your container is to choose which container you're going to do. This is my summer container. As you can see, geranium's kind of gone over. Some of the plants at the front have really kind of had it and finished. This is a great container as an example of what some of your bedding plants might be looking like, just kind of tired and run down. Next is to whip all these plants out and get some fresh compost in. That's my container now. I've removed all of the summer plants and put some fresh, just ordinary multi-purpose compost in here. That is absolutely fine for these kind of plants. Now, I'm going to keep this pot fairly simple. I think a chrysanthemum is too big to go in here, so I'm going to leave the chrysanthemum out, but I'm just going to use pansies and cyclamen. Nice and simple, but will give a great effect and a real splash of colour from those two plants. When it comes to actually planting these in, really simple. Tip them upside down, give the pot a squeeze, and they'll come out nice and simple. That planter is now packed full of really great plants that are going to flower right the way through the autumn and the winter. The key thing to remember with these type of plants is that deadheading is key to getting more blooms from them. So say for example this flower here is faded a little bit, it's on its last legs, just simply use your fingers and pinch it out at the bottom like that. That will then encourage more flowers to come from that plant. When you're planting in wet weather like this, you might get a little bit of soil stuck on the leaves. Don't worry about that, and will wash off in the rain or when you water it next time around. And that's it to planting autumn containers. Really easy, and there's a great selection of plants that are going to provide you with colour not only now but right up until the frosts start to arrive. In the description below I'll put all the plants that I've used. Do make sure you follow me on Twitter at Jack.shilley and also on Facebook, facebook.com/JackShilleyGardener. And do show me on those social media sites how your autumn planters are looking. And if you do have any questions, pop them in the comment box below, or again, ask me on those social media links. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I've got some really exciting stuff coming very soon to share with you guys, and I hope you're really going to love it. And I look forward to seeing you very soon.